Welcome back to American Celebrity Legacy, where we keep the stories of our favorite stars alive. Today, we're reflecting on the lives and achievements of the remarkable figures we've recently lost. Those who brought so much joy and inspiration to the world. If you find comfort in these tributes, please show your support by liking this video. Your engagement helps us keep their memory shining bright. Thank you for joining us today, and let's get started. George Richard Chamberlain, who passed away on March 29, 2025, in Hawaii at the age of 90 due to complications following a stroke, was more than a familiar face. For many viewers, he was part of television's golden era. Rising to fame as the ideal doctor in Dr. Kildare, he later became the king of the miniseries, a three-time Golden Globe winner whose peak came in the 1980s with Shogun and the Thorn Birds. In action storytelling, he stood apart. As Aramis in The Three Musketeers, he brought elegance to sword fighting. In Shogun, he became a survivor shaped by a brutal world. And as the first on-screen Jason Bourne, he introduced a quieter, more thoughtful form of action. Yet the same striking image that made him a star often led others to underestimate his depth. Richard Chamberlain leaves behind a legacy where strength is not noise, but composure that endures when everything else falls away. Before the heroes arrived, there was always someone darker waiting in the shadows. Wings Hauser lived in that space. Gerald Dwight Wings Hauser, who passed away on March 15, 2025, in Santa Monica at the age of 77, due to complications from chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, was not built to be the man who saves the story. He was the reason the story needed saving. In Vice Squad, 1982, his ramrod was not just a villain, but a presence that felt dangerous beyond the screen. Films like A Soldier's Story and Tough Guys Don't Dance, which earned him an Independent Spirit Award nomination, showed a performer who turned instability into power. His strength was never control, it was eruption, the sense that something could break at any moment. Off-screen, he knew struggle, even homelessness, before finding his place. Wings Hauser leaves behind a legacy where fear was not created, but carried into every frame. Breaking news. There are lives that shine so brightly the world forgets the shadows beneath them. And then there is Angelina Jolie, a woman whose brilliance was forged in silence, loss, and an unrelenting search for meaning. Behind the red carpets and cinematic triumphs lies a story not of effortless glamour, but of survival, quiet battles, and a heart that has carried both extraordinary love and enduring pain. Angelina Jolie was born on June 4, 1975, into a family destined for the spotlight. Yet her childhood unfolded far from the warmth that fame might suggest. Her parents separated when she was still an infant, leaving her to grow up without the steady presence of her father, John Voight. Raised by her mother, Marceline Bertrand, in a modest environment filled with both love and unspoken sadness, Jolie developed a deep sense of emotional isolation early in life. She often felt like an outsider, struggling to understand her identity while absorbing the quiet grief that surrounded her home. Her entry into acting was not driven by ambition, but by a need to express what she could not say aloud. Early performances in films such as Geo and Girl, Interrupted revealed a raw, haunting intensity that captivated audiences and critics alike. Winning the Academy Award marked a moment of global recognition, yet behind the applause remained a profound loneliness that success could not erase. With Tomb Raider, she rose to become a global action icon, embodying strength and fearlessness, even as she privately wrestled with emotional exhaustion and inner conflict. Beyond the screen, Jolie's life was marked by deeply personal struggles and physical challenges. Following years of emotional strain and a highly publicized separation, she faced health conditions including hypertension and Bell's palsy, a temporary facial paralysis that deeply affected her sense of self. In 2013, After discovering she carried the BRCA1 gene mutation, she made the courageous decision to undergo preventive surgeries, including a double mastectomy and later the removal of her ovaries, choosing life and motherhood over fear and uncertainty. Yet it is perhaps her compassion that defines her most enduring legacy. As a humanitarian, she dedicated herself to refugees and vulnerable communities across the world, transforming her own pain into empathy and action. As a mother of 6, she found purpose and grounding, placing her children at the center of her life while gradually stepping away from the relentless glare of Hollywood. Angelina Jolie's story is not one of perfection, but of resilience, courage, and transformation. She reminds us that strength is not the absence of pain, but the will to continue despite it. If her journey has ever touched your heart, let us remember her not only as a star, but as a soul who never stopped searching for light, even in the deepest shadows. She is still alive. Not every figure in an action story carries the fight. Some carry the moment. Jennifer Runyon was one of them. Jennifer Runyon, who passed away on March 6, 2025, at the age of 65 after a brief battle with cancer, belonged to a generation that helped define the rhythm of 1980s film and television. In Ghostbusters, 1984, she appeared in a scene that became part of one of the most iconic films of its era. At the same time, her leading role in Charles in Charge placed her at the center of a television landscape watched by millions. She was never framed as the hero of action, but she lived at its edge, grounding larger stories with a presence that felt real. In an industry where many roles passed quickly, she left behind moments that endured. Jennifer Runyon's legacy is not measured in scale, but in memory, in the quiet way a single scene can stay with an audience for a lifetime.